Welcome, guys, and today we're going to be doing something really cool in my opinion. We're going to be doing a 2026 bucket list and also declarations by the grace and blessings of God. We're going to be jotting down things that are going to happen to us in this 2026. And if you guys want to join along, maybe go ahead and grab a sketchbook, a notebook, and just use this time to jot down your bucket list of things that you want to happen in your life for this new year, 2026. I know this video is probably a little late because we're already on the 18th of January, but it's never too late to start a bucket list or things that you want to happen in your life. So I thought this would be a really cool idea, a very cozy idea, if anything. To tell you guys what are my goals and what are my dreams in this world, right? Because we only have one life to live. And these are things I'm gonna write down that I want to happen in the future. And I feel like by me writing them down, they are gonna happen. So 2026, let's start off with 1 point. And this is gonna be in no particular order. It's not even based on importance. So if I write down something right now, doesn't mean it's the most important. It's just something that came into my mind. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and just write down all the things that we want to happen in our lives for this new year. And like I said, make yourselves cozy and just join me. Get your notebook and write down things. Okay, so first and foremost. I want to be a full-time YouTuber. Yes, full-time YouTuber. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this video, and that's the whole reason why a lot of you guys are subscribing to my channel, because I'm trying to be a full-time YouTuber. It's a dream of mine that I've started since 2020. Yeah, it's been that long, 2020. So that's just what I'm working towards, and I want to be a full-time YouTuber, and I know I'm gonna be a full-time YouTuber, which is why I wrote it down. Full-time YouTuber. Okay, let's do another one. Let's just say retire my entire family. And this one kind of ties in obviously with the whole YouTube stuff, so they're kind of like interconnected. If I become a full-time YouTuber, obviously being a full-time YouTuber is a very lucrative career, and I want to be making more than my family has ever seen in their life or in their generations, because obviously being a YouTuber, it's such a 21st century job. I don't even know if that's the proper way of saying it, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's like the newest job career that has surfaced in the past decade. Before in the past, no one was really like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be this social media influencer. No, that is something that barely started being popular around like 2012, 2011, 2010, like around there when YouTube started like really kicking off. So I want to retire my whole family. That's pretty much my goal with this whole YouTube stuff. I know a lot of people, they tend to say, oh, I want to be a YouTuber and I want to go from rags to riches, and I want to rub it into my enemy's face. I want to rub it into my family's face that I'm rich now. Like, no. My whole goal on this YouTube stuff is to become a full-time YouTuber, like how I said here in my first one, so that I can make a lot. And it's not even because I love money, but I just want to be making like a sufficient amount of money so that I can retire my entire family. And that obviously includes my wife, my future kids, and obviously my son that I have right now. It includes my dad, my mom, my sister, and obviously with this goal also of retiring my family, there's like a sub goal where it's to take care of friends and or family members. So for example, like my sister-in-law, or maybe even my best friend. I want to make them part of my team, or maybe just help them because I'm gonna be a full-time YouTuber. Now, I know this is very, like, I'm reaching, right? Like, oh, Anthony, this is never gonna happen. This is why we're doing this, because it's our 2026 declaration, by the will of God, by His grace, and if God grants us, if Jesus Christ grants us this wish, or this dream of mine, then He will allow it to happen. So, okay, let's move on to the next one. Give my kids the best life ever. The best life ever. And obviously that includes a lot of things. I think that includes always having food on the table, always giving them a roof over their heads, always having them dressed up in nice clothing. And I'm not talking about like Gucci clothing or Prada clothing. No, just regular clothing, but like obviously the best clothing that I could find. I'm not really, as you guys are probably noticing, I'm not a very materialistic person. I'm not very driven by vanity. Like I don't plan on showing off, my money. Like I never plan on showing off my money. Like obviously with money, I could buy more luxurious stuff. Does not mean I'm gonna go buy a Bugatti. I'll probably just end up buying, like, for example, a Tesla. That's pretty much it. But like for example, if I end up becoming a multi-millionaire, I'm not gonna go and buy a Bugatti, or I'm not gonna go and buy one of those like $500,000 watches. Like that's just not me. I'll be perfectly fine with like this Casio right here, and this was like $40. That's something that I feel like will never change, and I'm so glad because I'm not driven by money. Obviously, I know we need money to survive in this economy, but for me, money is not everything. Money is not everything. I know a lot of people, they think money is happiness. And money does obviously buy happiness to some extent, but it is not the fulfillment of someone's heart. It will never fulfill your heart to have a lot of money, because what's the point of having millions of dollars in the bank? But imagine the doctor tells you you're going to die in 2 weeks. What is all that money going to do to you or for you? Nothing. So for me, money is not the root of happiness. For me, the root of happiness is Jesus Christ. Let's continue. Give my kids the best life ever. This is another really good one, and it's to buy a multi-family. What would you call it? Let's just say multi-family house, or lot, or area. Let's just say area. So pretty much, one of my goals is to buy a place that's kind of like a triplex, or if I could buy something more that has, like, let's say for example 4 different types of housings. Like let's say there's a house right here, another house right here, another house right here, another house right here, like all in the same place. I would love that. Why? Because I want to plan for my wife and my kids to live in one, for my sister to have her own, for my mom and my dad to have their own, and my sister-in-law to have her own too. I don't know why. I also include my sister-in-law because, obviously I also want to care for her. So that's my goal. If this does not work out, a multi-family house, I also want to plan to maybe buy a ranch somewhere, with those big open lots, because my wife also wants a farm. And that is also a really cool dream of mine. If it's not this, it could be both, honestly, but I'm just brainstorming in the future, because obviously this requires a lot of money, and I'm talking about like millions of dollars. So a ranch is another good one, because then we could start the farm, And my wife, she wants pigs, she wants cows, she wants like she wants like horses, maybe even ducks, something like that. And that actually sounds like a really good idea. Oh, let's not forget dogs. Chickens, yeah, why not? Chickens, why not? And like fish ponds and stuff like that. And that sounds like a really good dream as well. And obviously with that ranch, we could do a lot of big projects too, like maybe build more houses in the land to provide for all the people that I mentioned right here. And that's one of my dreams. That's one of the big dreams that I have right now. The area, wherever is a nice area, I don't really mind. And that's pretty much one of my goals right there too. Now, another goal that I'm manifesting for 2026 by the grace of God, and if God gives me the opportunity, let's see. Let's brainstorm a little bit. We did our dream career. That's good. We're looking out for my family, for my kids, and for a place for us to live. Now, 2026, I guess, let's just put multi-millionaire. And like I said, I'm not a very materialistic person, nor do I think money is the root of all happiness, like I mentioned over here. And I know I kind of sound like I'm repeating myself, but this ties into the multimillionaire. Like, obviously, I want to have enough to retire every single one of the people that I love. And in order to do that, it's going to require a lot of money. Now, I want to do this for all of these people. I don't want to do it for myself. Obviously, I want to do this for myself to a certain extent, because I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I want to be able to do my dream job, which is like film YouTube videos and have fun and, take everyone that I love along with me on this journey. But I'm doing it mainly for all of them because I want them to be taken care of. I just want to provide for them. I want to be able to sit back in my ranch and see all of my family just having the time of their life while I'm sleeping, right? Because I'm happy that they are taken care of. So that's my goal right there. I know it's like a very far off reach. A lot of people are like, oh man, well, Anthony, only like 10% of people actually become multimillionaires. That's why, like I said at some point in this video, that's why we're doing this, because we're all here with dreams, with goals, and we should all just write them down so that we could be reminded of what we're shooting for. Okay, so that's one of my goals. Even though I'm a emphasize that I am not I am not a money lover. But we all need money. That's just a reality. We all just need money. In this economy, we all need money. And that's just a plain, simple truth. And now another one is to help out the community. And this is a very vague statement or dream because, we could help out the community in many ways. And with this, I pretty much just want to help out like the homeless people, the hungry people, those that need like special treatment. Like, I want to be able to go out there and help out a random stranger and just be like, hey, I see that you're buying all these groceries. Allow me to pay for those groceries for you. And this ties into another one of my dreams, is to be a philanthropist. I don't know why. I want to be a philanthropist. And I know a lot of people are like, oh man, if I was a full-time YouTuber and I had all this money, I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to go do a Range Rover. I'm going to go do this. And there's a lot of things that are very self-centered. And like I said, that's not wrong, right, to an extent. But I feel like a lot of the YouTubers nowadays, they're driven by vanity. Like I look at all these family channel vloggers, and I look at all these other vloggers or people on YouTube, and they're very self-centered. I'm just being plain and honest. They're very self-centered. Everything is just for them, for them, for them, for them, everything's for them. And like I said, all power to you. They work their channel to the point, to the level that it is. By all means, they could do whatever they want. I'm not here hating. But for me, and I feel like it's a very small group of people that say they want to be a philanthropist to be able to help out the community. That's pretty much just one of my dreams, to be a philanthropist. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's why I'm writing it down right here. So let me see if I could come up with a couple more, because this is 2026. This is the start of a new year. Let's see, things that we will... Oh my gosh, this is a very important one, and I totally forgot about this. I'm going to start this in another page because I don't want to be struggling in this bottom page. So we're at this church, right? And what our goal is to be able to to have full ownership of that property, because from what I know, we're sharing it with another pastor. And pretty much what my pastor, his goal is to buy the other half, I guess, so that we could just be like full owners of the whole property. Not in like a selfish way because of the money, right? But because we want to have the flexibility to be able to, expand the church and to do more projects, that require all these things of having ownership. So out of the goodness of my heart, another goal of mine with this whole YouTube stuff, like for example, if I were to get a sponsored ad that pays me $50K, for example, I'm not saying $50K, which is 50,000. I wanna give it to my pastor to pay off the church. So pay off the church and give it to my pastor. I want to be able to do that. We're talking about, like, obviously doing all this fundraising stuff and saving up money and working, like, doing things to fundraise more money so that we could be able to buy the other half. And out of the goodness of my heart, I don't know why I feel this urge that if I were to be a full-time YouTuber and I'll be a multi-millionaire, like how I said right here, this is another goal of mine that I want to do. Not so that I could be glorified, or not so that I could boast and be like, yeah, I bought the church, I did this. No, like, I want to completely just do this to extend, our church, to extend the work in the ministry of Jesus Christ, to spread the gospel and to do more stuff, more projects with our church family. So that's something that I would want to do. Let's see if we could think of one more. So far we're doing so good. These are all pretty much things that, this is my dream right here. So I'm gonna write it down right here. Dream life. And this could happen. All right. Just like how you guys are also writing things down. Write them down, telling yourself that they're going to happen. But obviously, put in the work. Don't just write it down and then go ahead and sit back and eat Doritos all day. No, like, write them down. But at the same time, work towards that. Just like how all of this comes from being a full-time YouTuber. I'm going to continue posting YouTube videos so that I could get to this level. Oh, you know what? I want to start a brand. Yeah, that's a good one. Obviously, with the whole YouTube channel, is like, whenever someone becomes a full-time YouTuber, it's very important to create or start your own brand, because you want people to recognize who you are, your logo, what you stand for, and what logo or slogan or motto, what what's the word? What describes you? That's what I wanted to say. What describes you? So start a brand. Yeah. And I don't care if it's clothing or something else, right? So just start a brand. And that's what I want to do. But obviously this will only work once I become known already, right? Because what's the point of starting a brand? Well, obviously you can, right? You can start a brand out of nowhere and just know how to market it, know how to show it off pretty good so that you could get sales. But I think it's very much easier once you're already established as an influencer to start a brand, because people are going to know you. They're going to want to identify themselves with you, so they're going to most likely purchase your clothing, or if it's bottles, or if it's hats, whatever the thing could be. Maybe it's even a product, like, I don't know, I guess like a supplement or something, that defines who you are and what you like. People are going to want to buy it because they already know you as a person. So that's pretty much my dream life as of right now for 2026. This will happen, mark my words. And if you guys want to be part of this journey too, go ahead and like and subscribe. I hope you guys also wrote down things in your notebook that you guys are declaring. And yeah, YouTube is going to recommend a video right over here. Go ahead and click on it, and I'll see you guys there.